Welcome to the exciting rebirth of Superstar, featuring choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. At Superstar, you get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. Hello, fabulous superstar Leo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of May 2022. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. And as we begin the month, we are at the very beginning of a period that is between eclipses. So we call this eclipse season, where the veils between the worlds are especially thin. And for all of us, with our own intention, it becomes that much easier to recognize the spiritual lessons playing out in our lives. Well, as we navigate further in the month, mid-month, things really kick up. There are big changes on offer this month. So it is on the 10th that we are going to have Jupiter changing signs. This is monumental. It is going to be Jupiter moving into fellow fire sign Aries, an incredible placement for you. And this cycle will last right to towards the end of October. Then you're going to have Jupiter retrograde out of fire sign back into water sign Pisces before at the end of the year moving back into Aries. Now, I will have a Jupiter special horoscope, so be on the lookout for that. And I did touch on this in the year ahead horoscope as well. And so I'll be sure to link to that below. But having said that, understand that it is about to feel like a big shift of energy comes in, especially for you. If you are somebody who has felt that since the start of the year, you've had to deal with these really intense matters, you've been looking at yourself more intensely, perhaps considering your deeper drives, deeper desires, or perhaps it is that you have paid attention to resources available to you and your relationship with financial institutions. Well, all of that starts to shift. You become more visionary, more adventurous, more outgoing. And so this in and of itself is a massive change for you that you will feel, that I think you will absolutely love. But what's so interesting is that where Jupiter's going, this opens up the world to you. But as we navigate just a little bit further, on the 16th of the month is when we will have a lunar eclipse. That lunar eclipse will bring eclipse season to an end, but it's also happening at the foundation of your chart, the bottom of your sky, which is decidedly the most private, most inward part of the sky. That eclipse will be speaking in supreme harmony with Mars and Neptune, and harmony with Pluto. So there's just so much power and purpose at this time. But there's also a challenging conversation with Saturn. And what that suggests is whatever's happening on the home front, it may feel like you don't have the right alliances or partners or support from partners as part of what type of home environment you're hoping to create. There can also be a sense of bringing closure to the past. I'll talk about that more when we get to the love portion of this video. But understand that if you feel like you need time to go within, honor that. If you feel you need time to work on something in your own time and space, honor that as well. Some wonderful ideas can spring forward. There could be changes where it comes to your living situation, buying, selling, moving, new roommate, that feels very surprising, and yet may actually end up being just what you need. I mean, I think you can see that even with the challenges, it's like you're really excited about what's changing now. So we've got this wonderful blend of energies in a way. When things are all easy aspects, right? When it's all harmony, it tends to make us a little bit lazy. We need that tension to motivate us to action. And it is through our own participation very often that we contribute to our own success. Now, as we navigate to the end of the month, that is when we are going to have this month's new moon. And at the end of the month, the new moon is going to be speaking in harmony with Mars and Jupiter that are together in the sky at this point. And that new moon takes place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with friendships and group alliances. So this is about you connecting to other people, feeling connected to them, whether it is professionally, whether it is personally in friendship. There's a real sense here of community, but larger community. And in some way, you may feel like there are new opportunities to reach the masses, whether that's online, social media, other new technologies, traditional media as well. So where it is you're hoping to bring some attention to either what you do or your ideas, you may find some of that here. If it is that you feel you're developing more of your voice where it comes to your opinions, your spiritual, philosophical, or political opinions, you could find that that's part of what rewards you now as well moving forward. Now, where it comes to matters of love, I'm going right back to that eclipse. That lunar eclipse is filled with emotion. And for you, it is filled with an understanding as to whom another person is, right? It's like that very wise saying by Maya Angelou, when people show you who they are, believe them. Well, you're seeing someone else for whom it is that they really are. You're being encouraged not only to believe it, but to connect it to your past in some way, to understand perhaps how some patterns may be playing out here. And it's all part of you consciously deciding on what it means to move forward in the context of love. So for those of you open to meeting someone new, there may very well be somebody who's there right around the time, mid-month of this eclipse. And it is going to be your experiences now that encourage you to get honest with yourself, where you might have been holding on to the past, where it is now that you can either forgive or release or bring wisdom and healing to what has been before, where it is that perhaps even your childhood has spoken to your experiences in love, and how now you can understand how to be open to greater love than you've known before. Regardless of what may happen practically with anyone new that you meet, the lesson really is understanding the limits of your power around another, but also knowing that the past doesn't have to dictate your understanding of where you go forward from here. For those of you just starting to date somebody, well, look, this is a moment of truth if there ever was one. It shows you something about who this person is. You're finally believing them, and you're connecting it to something deeper, whether it's something deeper within you or them. Where it is that this is something to move forward with, an understanding of your past and perhaps even learning more about theirs helps you both to do the work to solidify the bond. But where it is that you're realizing things that this person is actually reflecting something deeper, that'll lead you to your work that ultimately lays the ground for greater love than you've known before. And for those of you in an established bond, well, look, with this energy, it isn't always just about your partner's behavior or what they're doing. Sometimes it's just circumstances, right? There's not a lot of choice in the matter. But it is at this eclipse that you get to look at your commitment to your partner, how deep that commitment goes, and where it is that you may be asked to consider their perspective, where it is that you feel like it's fair, where you surrender to it, or where it is that maybe you feel it isn't fair. It may have to do with a matter having to do with home, having to do with the living situation as well. The other thing to take into consideration here is it that there have been ongoing issues that maybe the two of you have sort of buried or not wanted to look at, matters of the past that were never really addressed? Well, at this eclipse, all of that is going to stir. All of that is going to come to the surface. For the overwhelming majority of Leos out there, this eclipse will bring the chance to heal and strengthen the bond. For a small percentage of Leos out there, if you know you're not in the right relationship for you, well, this is going to be a moment that helps you to get honest about that and helps you to understand what practical change could look like for you. What I love about this month for you, well, there's a lot here. It's a powerful astrological moment. I absolutely love how the energy now is encouraging you to understand your past, to connect more deeply, but also with Jupiter to go out into the world. That's for sure. Jupiter moving into fellow fire sign Aries is the high point for you now. And this is going to bring with it a shift that invites you to engage more of the world, to engage more of ideas, and to truly feel genuine optimism in brand new ways. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with choose your membership rate at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Now, higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. Access to live events and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Link is in the description below. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.